Ladies and gentlemen, man, it's your boy Father. It's your boy is crazy. My name is Father Damien. Today we are coming at y'all with another deep interview question series. If you're new here, make sure you tap the post notifications, subscribe, and man, we're doing a giveaway at 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So make sure y'all go tap in with that. With that being said, let's do it.
What are your questions?
I feel like I'm being pressed right now. I ain't gonna lie. What is your biggest regret?
Not doing a feature of Rod Wave.
How you fumble the bag that bad, bro? What the?
He wasn't like at Rod Wave that he is now. Yeah. He hit me up like, you know, come work, but I was doing my own thing, you feel me? That was getting bigger. I was like, damn, I can't send him no weed.
What lessons did you learn from that?
Really be open to collaborate.
I wish I had more goodbyes. There's a lot of people that I really wish that I could have maybe said a little more to, apologized to, called a little more. Ooh, I'm not gonna get emotional. Jeez, you did this one.
Live life in the now, you feel me? Because tomorrow is not promised. And you can't get yesterday back. Okay.
Never lied. You already know I'm coming with something.
Talk to me, OG.
I come from a small town, Gary, Indiana, man, and today I ask God for forgiveness, brother, for robbing people that look just like me, that was poor like me. I was a young man, under 17, you know what I'm saying? I did so much that I ask God today to make his burden light, because if what goes around comes around, I'm due for some shit.
What's your biggest regret? Yeah, it's hard when you're on the spot, see?
My biggest regret, truthfully, allowing people to peer pressure me out of my dream. Because I feel like as human beings, we constantly seek validation from others. And as a young boy, growing up, I did as well. I would always pitch my ideas out to people, and they would always shit on them every single time. And the moment one person didn't see the same vision I did, I would just shut it down. But a quote that changed my life with that mindset is, the reason why some people don't understand your goals and your journey is because sometimes their ceiling is your floor.
Ah, okay.
Not listening to the older people around me when they were giving advice. And they telling you that because of the experience of them thinking that they were the same thing as you were at that time. And they trying to save you from the same regret that they felt.
My biggest regret is showing more love to others than it showed to me. When it comes to anything, support, you being there for me, you showing up, posting my shit. Don't show more love to anybody that's not showing you.
Holding on to people that I didn't need to. There's been so many people in my life that, looking back, I kept them around way too long because I kind of had faith that they would change who they were. I was always looking at the potential that they had and not who they were in the moment, and that really held me back. So my biggest regret is not cutting out toxic people when I needed to.
I don't know, I can't think back far enough to say my regret.
Not doing what I want to do, I chicken out sometimes, and I regret a lot of that.
So what's one specific story of that happening?
It's not like connecting with my father as much. He hasn't been in my life. I just been scared to like hit him up, because my mom and him aren't cool, but she tells me I can hit him, but I don't want to do that. I don't really know him. He's like a stranger.
When was the last time you spoke to your dad?
Like back in elementary school, and I don't want to be the first one to reach out.
You have his number?
I do, but he's not always picking that one up.
Would you try to call him right now? I feel like if you called him right now and told him you love him, you don't even got to mean it, but just for him to hear those words, you never know.
Not recognizing the full range of my power. There have been so many times when I've disempowered myself. I've allowed people to tell me who I am. I have looked back at a past version of myself. You could have really been a powerful motherfucker.
And I feel like that diamond has always been there. It just took you a little longer to realize that, you know? Last question. This is my favorite question.
Here's the next sheet.
Smash or pass? I'm joking. Chill.
Don't edit that, brother.
Why you look taller than me, bro? I go this way. I don't like it. Go this way. What's one experience that changed your life?
That's a deep one, man. I'll say going to Africa. Honestly, I was a bad child. I always got into trouble, so I had to go to Nigeria to learn some lessons. You know, put me in a more humble experience. So, you know, I had to see the world differently, you feel me? So, yeah.
Do you know how to speak African now?
This brother from Nigeria.
Nigga, I feel like weed changed my life.
Come on.
Man, one time, you feel me, was homeless. I really wasn't for long, because I'm just that person where it's like, if I'm in a situation, I'm on like grind mode. That just really told me to get back on my grind and stuff like that, and really keep working in what I'm doing. And then I feel like that's what changed me into the person I am today.
The power of optimism goes a long way. You have two options when it comes to whatever you got going through in life. You can stay there about it, or do something to get out of that situation. You feel me? And that's what you did. So shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got dragged by a car.
Wait, pause. You said that. What?
They tried to ride me and I wasn't going. So I held onto the car and tried to punch him out. And we ran over a speed bump. And I fell off the car. And then I tumbled, rolled, and slid.
You ain't saying about that tumble part.
How did that change your life?
Practice your Second Amendment.
You know, I'm from Philly, so growing up in North Philly, you see a lot of violent actions all the time and you hear about them. But I'm going to the basketball court. I'm like 7 years old, dribbling my ball. And I seen the cats down the street doing what they do on the corner type swag. It got kind of heated because some dude must have lost some bread. And before you knew it, bull pulled out and knocked his head off. And from that point on, I already knew that ain't where I wanted to be with. That taught me that when you're in situations that you know you shouldn't be in ahead of time, you got to go with your gut. You sticking around just to be cool and be with your homies that's doing something that you already know feel bad. That feel bad don't mean you a bitch. That mean you feel bad being in the situation. You don't need to be in it.
I got into an accident with my mom, and she got flown 15 feet in the air, and she's still alive to this day.
You didn't tell me it was 15 feet
I
in the air.
did say it was 15 feet.
You said she flew out the car.
That
nigga.
was my uncle.
God.
Yeah.
Why is everybody getting flown out the air?
So this white girl hit us in the back, and then this other.
I was like 16 in a club off of like Crenshaw and Vernon. One gang was already inside. I was separated from my friends. We just heard a gang of gunshots. Club spread out. It was a dude shot in the middle of the floor like 7 times. Ran out. Some dude grabbed me and put me under a car and like covered me until like it stopped, and then I met up with my friends.
What did you learn from that experience?
You just gotta stay alert. Stay on your toes.
10 toes, ladies and gentlemen. Shit might save your life one day.
Me and my brothers in the back seat. My mom, she said she flew into the air and saw angels fly by.
When my mom bought a house, because she's a single mom, I've watched her work extremely hard my entire life. So like the day that I walked into the house and she was like, this is our place, that really showed me that like hard work does get you somewhere.
My mom is one of the most hardworking people I know, so shout out to the hardworking moms out there, no cap.
I would have to say dropping out of college. If it wasn't for me dropping out of college, I probably would have never, started my business. So
I'm a photographer. That's one of the things that I do. And during the protests, I was out for like 3.5 months traveling like all over the country to make sure we had like a black voice to document. I kept getting DMs and like messages from all these people that were saying, hey, did you eat? Do you need a rental car? Do you need a hotel? Do you need a flight? And people just kept pouring money on me. And so as I was going through the messages, I noticed black woman, black woman, black woman, black woman. It dawned on me like, dang man, all these black women that don't know me, that I don't know, are showering me with all this love. And I thought about it and I was like, well, I wonder if I was a black woman, would men have done that for me? And then I was like, dang, would I have done that? That experience totally shifted how I interact with black women and how I love and support black women. And so that's something that changed me.
Everyone snap, everyone snap, everyone snap, everyone snap.
Honestly, moving to Atlanta and owning my first photography studio, man, I didn't have all the answers. I didn't have all the biggest finances. I definitely had this little motto, figure it out when you get there. And as many times I wanted to give up, I swear, man, I feel like during my darkest hour, I figured out a lot about myself and figured out I'm way more powerful than I thought, man. And, even though life can be overwhelming and whatnot, you definitely can achieve more than you believe, I promise you. And just keep chasing that dream out there, because I definitely thought I would give up and wouldn't be here right now. But look at me, man, here we are.
A lot of people always when they want to start something, they try to wait till everything's perfect before they actually begin. And my biggest advice is to actually start. Figure out the trials and tribulations once you've actually started, you feel me? Because don't let the ideology of perfection make you miss your opportunity. What's the best piece of advice you've ever gotten?
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Treat every day literally as if you only had a few words and as if you only had a few hours. I have woken up to news about friends that I never would have questioned, like, oh, your mental health I thought you was good, you was the funny one. But those were the ones that you actually have to pay attention to the most. I choose my words carefully or I don't speak at all.
You never know when your time is up, especially you got people dying every day, especially black figures like Takeoff, you know what I'm saying? He just died. R.I.P. though. R.I.P. though. No cap.
You ever seen The Incredibles? Yeah. Syndrome said if everyone's super, no one will be. You gotta be you, because if everyone's trying to be the same thing, it's shit not cool no more. I'm big on individuality and being yourself.
Them Disney be having them sneak quotes though. They be talking about some real shit. No cap.
You can do whatever you want in this life as long as you're willing to face the consequences.
Sounds like a killer, man. I'm just saying.
Best piece of advice I got from my mom, she said, if you're gonna do something wrong, do it right.
That's some shit. Your mama gangster, nigga. Mm-hmm. Oh God.
No, she about that. She about that.
Another killer. Like what the?
To always put the toilet seat down. And it sounds silly, but that was actually some wedding advice. It's really about being courteous and kind of the people that come before and after you.
That's good advice. Life's too short to be angry about stuff, so apologize and move on.
If it won't matter in 5 years, then don't let it bother you for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah. There we go. That's a good one.
Keep your eyes on yourself. I used to be really self-conscious, and I always kind of thought people were looking at me and judging me and noticing small things that in reality I only noticed about myself.
The average person views themselves a lot more negatively than the rest of the world. You'll never find peace in this world until you stop seeking validation from others.
Not to stress things you can't control in life, man.
You would drive yourself insane in the
There you
process.
go. Perfect.
When you worry, you limit God.
To stop saying I'm broke. The power of the word. My dear friend, mentor, Barbie Mendoza, I love you. She gave me the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Never take anything personal. Don't assume. Assumption is lack of communication. And always do your best.
Words have power. The human brain is so powerful to the point where we don't even know how it fully works. And we know how many moons are on the other planets, but we don't even know the full capabilities of our mind. So do with that information what you will. Okay.
She said she flew into the air and saw dead serious. She saw angels fly by, and them angels basically saved her.